All right, we're going to take you along today for a big old harvest. This bed in front of us, it's got to be cleared out. The stuff that's in there they're spring crops for the most part, and they're just out of time. They're not going to get much bigger. The heat's setting in, so I'm going to go ahead and clear them all out. This first area that I'm starting at, these are called 0.1 cabbages. They are cabbages, obviously. We've done them in the fall in the past really successfully. We tried to push the envelope in the springtime this year, and I'd say it's a moderate success. None of them got all that big, but they are tasty and very much appreciated early in the season. So I'm just clipping all of these. We'll go ahead and get all of the extra leaves off them later. Got that whole section cleared out now, so now it's time to unwrap. Middle of the cabbage looks great. We got another handful to get through here. So just taking my time unwrapping each one. All these leaves will probably end up composted. Not really much to do with them. You can kind of wrap food in them and try to get creative, but really for the most part, you're just after the middle there. All right, working on the last one here, and we got a nice little pile of cabbages forming. So this year we were sure to spray these with BT a couple times to keep the cabbage looper and any kind of cutworms, any kind of caterpillars that would normally turn these guys into Swiss cheese. We were pretty good about spraying for. Only a couple times actually at the right time is all it took. So now I'm toward the back of the bed taking a Red Express cabbage. This is the first one, actually, sorry, this is the second one we've taken this year. The first one was slightly bigger. The ones left in the bed are just going to get removed at this point, whatever size they are. I think only 2 of them have heads, but they're just out of time. It's time to get a summer crop in here. We're already a little late for planting summer crops, so we're probably going to put bush beans and pole beans into this bed. Those are pretty reliable for filling up our freezer. This cabbage is beautiful. It's like a big old cabbage lollipop. Pretty pumped about that. I think we got one more good sized one in this bed that we can go and get. Doing that now. We are no dig style here at Garden by the Brook, so I tend to leave the root nodules right in the bed to compost and leave that rhizome area full of beneficial bacteria, nitrogen fixers, all that. We leave that all in the bed. Taking a moment to unwrap this cabbage lollipop. This one's a little bigger. Pretty excited to eat it. These things are delicious. They do get a lot bigger than this, but hey, this is free. It's organic. I'm into it. All right. So looking pretty good there. The rest of these, yeah, we'll cut them out when the time comes, but we got some cauliflowers that require our attention here. Some of them are a decent size. Some of them are pretty small. You can see that one there is starting to turn yellow. This variety is called Early Snowball. You can see sometimes we tuck those leaves over to kind of protect them from the sun. Supposedly you don't need to do that with this variety, but we do it anyway. So there's a little cauliflower hiding in there. Let's clip him, get him harvested, and then go back for the rest of them so that we can make some space for the beans that are going to go in here. So we got a couple more to take. Just give those a quick clip, and then we'll unwrap all of those too, and you can see exactly how much food we ended up with. These all look like little bouquets to me, or little cauliflower lollipops. So just taking a minute to unwrap all these. Some of them are bigger than others, but I'm pretty happy because we've never really grown cauliflower in the spring successfully before. Seems like we finally found a variety that can do it. It's just a matter of how big they'll get. So I'm sure we'll get better at it every year, but these are delicious, so definitely better than the stuff you get from the store. I like cabbage and cauliflower because they last in the fridge for a long time, so you can harvest a bunch like this and not have to worry that you're not going to use them. Tiny bit of damage on that one, but otherwise these are pretty much flawless, just a little on the small side. So there's our big old bowl. I think we got some more stuff to add to it though. Right now we have ourselves a squash. So this variety is called Costata Romanesco. If you guys are fans of James Prigioni, his YouTube channel, he really talks these up. We'd been watching him for years. He finally convinced me to try them, and I totally understand why he loves them. They're vigorous, they're cool looking, all that, but more importantly, they're delicious. They have I would say more of a zucchini than a squash flavor, but it's like mild and sweet and maybe a little nutty. I don't know, it's just way more complex than the normal zucchini that you're gonna see at the store, and it grows in just as vigorously as those varieties. So we're gonna actually harvest our first cucumber today because we're planning on making a pasta salad later, and we like to add these to them. This is a Dragon Suyo. It is the first of what I'm sure will be many. It's a very, very strong variety, tends to do well. We got one more stop to make, so follow me over this way, and we are going to take one more squash. This is more of a squash than a zucchini. All zucchini are squash, by the way. It's just zucchini is a particular type. But there are different flavors associated, right, in addition to like the whole yellow-green situation. This is a nice early squash called chiffon. It's got a very nice buttery flavor, makes these consistent pale white kind of yellow fruits. So there's our big bowl. I'm pretty happy about this. We weren't really trying to make a huge harvest today. It just kind of happened because we needed to clear that bed out. There's other stuff we could have taken, like peas, kale, but oh, actually, speaking of kale, we should grab one of those for the pasta salad. So I'll go ahead and show you where those are. They're kind of getting suffocated by peas right now, but let's go rescue one. All right, if we turn around and walk the other way through all the beds here, past the squash plant we were at earlier, I'm gonna tuck into the little pea area here. They're all growing up in this unruly way over these trellises. These are shelling peas. They're going absolutely nuts. We can't pick them fast enough. But we have some kale hiding in here that will theoretically outlast these peas and grow into winter. So they need to be thinned, actually. We haven't really done that. So I'm just going to poke in there with a pair of clippers and take one of the plants out to make space for the rest. I'm going to clip it right at the base so I don't disturb any roots. And we're going to add this to the pasta salad too. So there you have it. Thanks for joining us. I hope you found this interesting. If you got any questions about these varieties or the garden in general, go ahead and ask us in the comments. Till next time, peace.